Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome to Total War Warhammer. There's some very foreboding music going on right now and I don't know why. This is not the way the game should be celebrating what is our greatest victory ever. It says Pyrrhic victory, but you know what? You can't spell Pyrrhic victory without victory. Check this shit out. We're doing some work over here. How is it that chaos corruption causes there to be like lava vents and stuff when mostly the place chaos comes from is like really, really cold? Shouldn't it make things colder? I don't know. Weird. Okay. Corone is mostly under control. So Thrall gets to go on a killing spree. Everybody else is doing their thing. I always save the game at the end of the turn, so I could just load the game up and start the next turn, but I like to double check my work because we're not doing peace, Leon, Leon, whatever your name is. Southern guy, no peace with Southerners. Except, I guess sometimes peace with Southerners. I do that, but ignore that. He doesn't know that. He can't go ask anybody. I mean, let's go take this down, I guess. No reason not to. Bam. Oh, wait. I went to all the trouble to get this thing. Who wants it? Who needs plus weapon strength? We're not really fighting that many horses. Probably we should give it to one of the units of Marauders? Sure, congratulations. You guys are... Wait, is there... Huh, I'm actually not allowed to apply this to any... Look, everybody's grayed out. Weird. Okay, well... Let's do this, and then, since I'm not allowed to use that banner for anything, I guess we'll just get rid of it. So I'm pushing Eagle right now. Okay, plus 5% weapon strength, pretty okay. Let's jump in here, since I apparently can't apply this banner. I don't know why, it doesn't say on it that it needs to be... Maybe it's supposed to be applied to wolves or something, because of the name, but if I can't use it, let's just replace it with something that I can use. Like, perhaps... a Mountain Scout, actually. That's a good idea. Extra movement range. Oh, I should have sacked that and then burned it? Yeah, whatever. It's fine. It's fine. You definitely need to pick up more... spells. Just a better breadth of spells. Raiding this completely empty countryside has really taught Wulfrik a thing or two. So we'll probably... Yeah, let's pick up Spawn of Chaos. And then we'll go back and finish Fueled by War. A lot of his units are getting into the gold chevrons, which is nice. So did this dwarf army walk close enough to us for us to fight them? I think they maybe didn't have vision of us. They certainly shouldn't have had vision of us. The only reason I can see all this stuff is because I have scouts. But no, they clearly knew how far we could move and moved in such a way that we would not be able to approach them. That's very annoying. Alright, well, we're going to keep moving at half speed so we can encamp at the end of every turn for now. We're not in a huge hurry to take these guys on. Let's have Lamont... Wow, he is not going to assassinate that dude. In fact, never mind. Lamont's not going to attack those guys at all. He can attack these guys? What can he do to the settlement? He can assault the garrison with a very low chance of success. He's just too low level to be good at anything. Yeah, let's try an assassination. 30%. 30% is pretty low. He didn't even get the rest of his half level off of that. Have they changed how much XP you get from attempting actions like that? Because it seems to me that attempting assassinations used to be worth a lot. Certainly more than we just saw. Alright, so I'll have the Bearsonlings come up and try to take this, and that'll distract some of the Dwarven forces, hopefully. I don't really want to fight two Dwarf armies at the same time if I can avoid it. For what should hopefully be obvious reasons. So should we pick up another monster hunt? I'm 3 turns off of the other monster tech, or no, I'm doing something else. Okay, so we'll be a while before the next monster tech. Yeah, let's start another monster hunt. This one, the dragon one, probably. I don't think the reward from this is particularly spectacular. I kind of want to do this one. I think is the best one. In the Grey Mountains. I don't actually know where the Grey Mountains are. Can I... Hold on. Let's go out to the map. Zoom up a little bit. Where are the Grey Mountains? Because I'm going to have to go there, right? Are they over here by any chance? Are these mountains the Grey Mountains? They are. Okay, this is the Southern Grey Mountains. Okay, so this one's pretty close to Throg as well. And I think it has a much better reward. Let's go after that giant. The Greenskins are famous for having all manner of monstrosities in their despicable ranks, including the lumbering giants that follow them to insatiably feast in battle. Killing one for sacrifice would bring great prestige and recognition from the gods, for what can be more impressive than slaying a legendary descendant of the long-forgotten Sky Titans? You have heard of one very belligerent giant called Blorgar the Mad Titan, who is lumbering around the Grey Mountains being more than just a minor nuisance to the locals there. Setting out to slay the Leviathan, you expect the locals having their lands indiscriminately flattened will be quite happy to see you, but it matters little. You're not going there to kill it for your sake, or for their sake. The hunt is on. I am going there to kill him for my sake. So Grungzint is... Okay. We could do that. We could just grab the Werekin or something from his army and have them run over there. I'm not going to have the whole army go that way. But these guys are out of move for right now, so... We're probably going to end up wanting to get the dwarf fighting tech, huh? Because we're likely to end up fighting dwarves with both of our armies, at least for a little while. I'm not paying you for a non-aggression pact. He must be desperate. Let's grab Rangvald. He can't quite make it in one turn. Alright, well, he'll get it next turn. This is very annoying. I can't attack Castle Baston while they're doing that. And I do not trust them to get the job done. Well, let's do a half move. We'll do a little raiding camp time with these guys as well. Unfortunately, we don't get any money for raiding because the city's under siege, which is a mechanic in place to keep a siege from allowing somebody to generate infinite money off of your territory. Alright, well that dwarf army ran to the south. Who are they at war with? Just us.
So I can be done with them.
Well, I don't know what that army's up to.
Speak.
Now we have to be careful as we approach. We don't want to put ourselves in a position where the army that just disappeared to the south can come up behind us, and then this army can close in on us, and they can get us with 2 stacks at the same time. I'm trying to click on my dude who's behind your dude. There we go. Yeah, we need to hit somebody else. Let's try and find out what the deal is with these guys. Have our scout follow them. I like having scouts. I don't always bother to use heroes this way, but it's a good idea. We're pretty much just waiting, I guess. Army's slowly creeping forward. We're hemorrhaging gold, but we have a good stockpile. Hard to know what they're up to. They could be going to Erengrad, but if they were, I think they would have taken a more direct path, right? Erengrad has an 18-unit garrison. And they're pretty good units. Some of them. Right, we have a feral mammoth, a couple units of trolls, spears, great weapons. We also have a serious public order problem. Turn off taxes and lower that a little bit. So, what do I want to do? Do I want to turn around and chase these guys and push on Erengrad's public order a little bit? Probably not. Khazid Bordkarag has a very small garrison. Dwarves are tough, though. Morgrim, get gold. Morgrim, get gold. That's the most honest dwarf name I've ever seen. Alright, we can't quite attack them this turn, so we'll do one more turn of encampment because we're not quite at full health. Next turn we can attack them and we're outside range of the city's garrison. I'm going to have the scout run back up here so he can interfere with this army coming from the north if they come after him, or he might try to assassinate that guy. We'll see. Actually, you know what we should do is we should probably try to find a hero who has this thing that he's doing, increases public order by 5, and just have him chill out in Erengrad for a little while. Okay, Troll Country is the only place where we are in the red and losing. In fact, we're going up everywhere else. Okay, we can start taxing here. Let's make sure we're taxing all these places that are positive. Because I'm pretty sure I turned off taxes in some places. Yeah. We're actually not that far off of hitting cash equilibrium. Why don't we upgrade this and then we'll be able to build a slave building here. Probably don't want to spend too much money because we want to make sure that we have a cushion. But we're not losing very much money anymore. Let's upgrade this as well for the same reason. We could be building loot piles. I guess actually upgrading the slavers camp is the thing we actually want to be doing. I hadn't built a slavers camp here because we weren't taxing it, so there wasn't any point, but ooh, wait. Let's not do that. That puts our current treasury under our losses. But in a couple of turns, we'll actually be generating positive value. Although some of that's dependent on our rating. Maybe I spent too much money. Well, it's important to try to get our income up. It would be really cool if we could push positive with these two armies, because that would mean that we are on our way to being able to recruit a third army, which is something I would like to have. We've got to wrap up this... oh, their agents are doing stuff. And they don't think they can hold Khazid Bordkarag. Oh, I see what he's doing. He's going to another... He's going to a different one of our settlements. Okay, negative growth in Trollfjord. That's not really a big deal. I appreciate you surrendering your settlement to us. He knows he can't hold it, so he's just going to get out of there. So we're at 18 with the Eagle. We should burn something for the Hound just so that we don't lose level 2 Hound. Let's sack this first, though. Man, income from all buildings in all provinces down is a ridiculous trait for a wizard to be able to get. How does he have that kind of ability to affect our stuff? Let's start up his blue line. We can pick up some things that are okay. Oh wow, it actually worked. That was worth almost a whole level, so that's good. So obviously we're going to focus him blue line. He's going to be a little bit more of a map hero than an army hero. I do like having agents. So Ravaging of the Dwarves gives us plus 10% weapon strength in all battles, and a vigor loss reduction for cavalry units that is not specific to battles against dwarves, it looks like. Also, the subterranean intercept battles thing could be relevant against more people, although we're probably not going to end up fighting a lot of orcs, and beastmen are the other ones who do that. Actually, beastmen intercept battles aren't subterranean, I don't think. We can start working on this because we know we're going to need it. Upkeep minus 10% for all Marauder units in all forces. Actually, I didn't realize that some of these things have significant benefits even when... Yeah, let's do this. Upkeep costs down for everybody. No, wait, let's do this. Let's unlock the last level of Monster Hunt so that we know more about what our options are for monster hunting. Okay, so you need to move into this region. Arriving in the Grey Mountains, you find out that Blorgar is long gone, but the destruction left in his wake is evident. Buildings have been smashed to rubble, crops flattened, and people reduced to ground smears. Although the giant's movements are still unknown, the locals tell you of a Bretonnian herb collector who might know where the brute lives. The Bretonnian had allegedly made a fleeting appearance in the Grey Mountains shortly before the giant arrived, claiming that he'd accidentally stumbled upon the giant's underground lair while spelunking nearby to gather some cave mushrooms. Knowing that the giant was approaching, he was gone almost as soon as he'd arrived, fearful of the carnage to come. For a Bretonnian, that dude's very sensible. You must now travel to Bretonnia to search for this herb collector. There would also be no harm in indulging in a bit of raiding while you're there, of course. So in Montfort, do some raiding. Okay. I'm working on it. We're headed that way. So what was I doing with you? Yeah, let's do some of this. Let's get fueled by war. Because we certainly can't be fueled by money forever. Yes, I know, Throg, and we're all very impressed by that. Oh, here we are. I'm still in the Bastogne region. Where does Montfort start? Is it the river? Yeah. Okay. Well, is there any reason not for me to... I guess there's no reason to raid, since raiding will generate no money, because this is happening.
Do you take me for a child?
Alright, well, we'll deal with Chilfroy again soon enough, I'm sure. We gotta get Rangvald back to the army. He moves faster than they do. It shouldn't be too hard.
I'll see it through.
Sure, let's just raid a little bit while we're waiting.
I am a
He
rune
could
lord, not some
turn around, but I don't think it would do anything. Like, I'm not worried about that. Him turning around would basically just hand us another battle. These guys can't get over here fast enough, I don't think. Ooh, well, actually, I forgot about the fact that dwarves can just tunnel under mountains. That could actually be an issue. And this guy's going to knock down the Bay of Blades. I don't know if there's a lot I can do about that. Frankly, whatever, man. I can go back and rebuild. I'm going to make that a lot less possible for him.
Undefeated. I'll handle it. Norsca.
Okay, so let's knock this over properly for the Hound. And I'm slowing down my level 3, but I really want that research rate bonus.
To the four corners.
Finish getting fueled by war. Alright, I guess we'll go to Montfort and just raid this turn. We'll burn it down next turn.
That was my idea.
Okay. And Lamont, unfortunately, is now exhausted. But he can go over here and watch. Oh, the army that was in Kraka-Drak is gone now. Interesting. And these assholes still are not doing the thing I told them to do. They're not making great allies. I guess we're making 500 money per turn off of trade with them, but... Oh, he didn't actually burn it, he just sacked it. Well, that's fine. He's probably going to burn it next turn. I'm not going to bother paying the repair costs. We'll come back and handle him. I'm not too worried about it. Honestly, even if he went on a rampage and burned like 6 or 7 of our settlements, I don't think it would have that much of an effect. And after we've finished killing off his entire homeland, which should be pretty quick, we'll just go back and rebuild. Everything will be fine. Wait, he didn't destroy it again. Did he sack it a second time? Because that's not very valuable. He did. He took 32 gold. Bizarre. As you pillage Bretonnian lands, you find out that the herb collector you seek had been there, but had recently been taken hostage by goblins on a raid. These nasty goblins are still nearby, but if you were to approach them with your entire army, the spineless green fools might do what they do best, scurry away and hide, and the hostage may be lost. A different approach is needed, and one which doesn't involve violence. Well, crap, that's all we know how to do. You can either send messengers to attempt to buy the man from the goblins on your behalf, or you could try a sneaky snatch-and-grab rescue attempt. Which do you choose? Are we going to do actual business with goblins? No. Use a hero to perform an action against a settlement belonging to the Greenskin tribes. We can definitely do this. The Bretonnian herb collector has the information you need, but you don't trust the backstabbing gobbos to do any sort of financial deal. A spot of subterfuge, although perhaps cowardly from your perspective, may be needed instead in order for you to obtain the hostage. You must send one of your heroes to infiltrate their camp and steal the Bretonnian right from under their noses. I don't consider this to be cowardly. So I guess Rangvald is maybe not coming directly back? The other thing we could do is we could try to bring... No, it's a long walk down to... Like, where's the nearest greenskin settlement going to be? Somewhere in here? That's like a lot of turns of walking. It's going to be Rangvald. We'll just go to where, we'll go down to here. Skarsnik is probably still running about. That's a lot of vampires, dude. Oh, Karak Asgaraz is controlled by Karak Norn. Uh-oh. Maybe we should have paid him off. Murder! And we've immediately forgotten all of our troubles. Why worry when you can just murder Bretonnians? So where are we at here? We're at 16. We're at 60 with the Hound? I don't... Oh, okay. When I mouse over this bar, it doesn't show me... Right. Okay, fair enough. So, the Eagle then. Well, let's sack it. We'll burn it next turn. Alright, Lamont has his... he's no longer tired. We go for another assassination attempt. So more casualties inflicted during assault army unlocks the ability to demoralize armies. That might actually be a good idea. Yeah, let's pick that up, because that sounds like an action that will help us fight enemy armies without tremendously endangering the Werekin himself.
Who's next?
So I guess Kraka-Drak is the final target. I'm gonna refocus them on Kraka-Drak. And we're gonna send this army after this settlement, because we can definitely take it, and apparently the Bearsenlings have no interest in it. Yeah, still leaving him. Check mark. Totally fine. So he's being a real asshole, but He's not actually doing as much damage as he could be doing, and I don't know why. He's certainly not going to be able to base race me. Okay, he's sending 2 armies. So we'll burn down their settlements, right? And then they'll have no... Because they have no supply lines, they'll take attrition damage. Oh, he's sending all of his armies into my land, so that's actually perfect. I don't know that that could be any better for us. Because that's going to make this so easy.
Finally, a fight.
Is this even going to be worth sacking? Oh, wow. Somehow it is. What? Ooh, do I want to establish an outpost here? Probably not.
On the move.
In either case, I'm definitely sacking it. But... Arengrad's not that far away. Yeah, we'll burn it. We'll burn it for the eagle.
To the 4 corners.
To be perfectly honest, even if I unlocked that Regiment of Renown right now, I don't know what I would do with it.
Taste my vomit.
Sorry, what did he just say taste my vomit? And I guess that's like not a crazy thing for him to say, given what we know about his fighting style and everything.
I'll wreck them.
But it still strikes me as pretty strange. Alright, we're about to get into the good stuff. I love Purple Sun of Xerius. We had a really, really good experiences with that spell during the vampire campaign. Alright, let's go find some goblin lands. We gotta figure out where on earth the goblins could still be down here to the south. Skarsnik starts somewhere around here. And I know from experience that dude is a real pain in the ass to fight. Actually, I probably could have repaired those buildings now, because it looks like his armies have moved north. The army that was... Huh. Huh. Wait, released troops of Britannia? I did not. I would never. You know what? The option that generates money from captives, for most factions, is ransoming your captives. For our faction, it's sacrificing them to the gods. But I guess they didn't change the code behind the scenes on that, because that really should not give us a negative modifier. I burned those people. Probably burned them alive. The Wood Elves should love that shit. Well, okay, listen. If you want to be pals, I could do with a pal down here. Why did they even want military access? What of my territory are they trying to move through? Corone? Yeah, I'm super down. Like, I am the wisest of my race. That's true. That's true, and how nice of you to notice. They're just going to raid the Sarl encampment over and over again with this huge army. The first army they were using to attack is a little bit less impressive. This one's not bad. And interestingly, they're turning around. They're raiding, so they can't move at full speed, because most races cannot move at full speed while raiding. Weird. Weird choices being made kind of all over the place. I'm gonna... Well, Karak Norn is holding. Let's move him down this way. We can get a lot of intel while we're scouting this.
The mighty Deepwood welcomes you beneath its boa.
I mean, like, right? Let's be friends, I guess? I'm not going to get into a defensive alliance with you, because I don't care about your personal politics, but, like... If we can take our Britannia without having to worry about these guys crawling up our backside, that is a big win for us.
Taste my vomit.
Here's a question. At this point, do I care so little about this money that I don't bother? No. Accumulating this huge bank is, I'm going to build a third army with it. So this is probably worthwhile. Let's do this the slow way. Okay, so the eagle, right? Yeah, we're almost there. Ooh, 15% ward save. He's wearing 15% physical resist. That's definitely an upgrade. Also, holy crap, this dude has traits.
Who's next?
So his building actions are not super relevant. We can get him the ability to assassinate people a little bit more effectively. Increases the chance of post-battle magic item drops for the parent army. Giving him the ability to jump out of our army, catch up to opponents, and slow them is probably a good idea. So let's push up. Let's push up for that. Assault unit's not great. He's not going to be in regions that have money-producing buildings very often. So we'll level up his ability to mess with cities directly. Alright, we're going to send him to try to interfere with these dwarves as they head back to protect Crocodrock. I don't think they'll get here in time. But if we can soften them up while we're on the way. And I should remember to go into raiding stance.
Going to anyway.
Yes, I'm sure you were. We're all very impressed with your tactical acumen. While you scream about eating your vomit. Oh yeah, actually let's go have a look. So we can definitely repair the Bay of Blades. They've given up on it as a target. And I was going to start recruiting a second army. So the Doomkeep would not be a bad place to do that. This province has a lot of stuff built up. And the dwarves are pretty far away. I don't know if they'd be able to get back here and interfere with it in time. We should definitely also upgrade all of the money buildings. The Doomkeep itself probably could stand to have defensive structures, just in case. And then, is there anything I want to build here? Actually, yeah, let's start building up a Marauder structure, and once we get it to level 3, we'll tear down the Marauder structure in the capital and replace it with a building chain that requires the high level. And let's grab a lord. So we have a couple of lords that we had used for stuff and fired. Faustus, I told you we'd get back to you, man. So what do I want to grab for him? We can start recruiting mammoths, but he needs to just have an army full of dudes first. So it's now important that we get armor piercing. Dwarves are very well armored. These dudes only require 1 turn to recruit. They're pretty expensive upkeep-wise. Let's start his army with these. Is it going to take 5 turns for him to put all of his stuff together? It might be worth starting some global recruitment. Marauder Hunters have armor-piercing missiles. Yeah, let's do that. And then who else do we want to recruit into his army? I do want a mammoth. Like, let's cancel one of these guys and start recruiting a war mammoth. And then we'll grab... Anti-infantry dudes are pretty good. I mean, we probably just want to, like, really go deep on the great weapon marauders. And maybe a couple more units of marauder hunters. Okay, there we go. That's... We'll come back in a few turns and see how that's going. It's going to really increase our income. Or our outgo, rather. It looks like I didn't even have any buildings at the Sarl encampment aside from the core structure, so their raiding of the Sarl encampment has not been that big of a deal.
Don't anger me.
I'm not paying you for a non-aggression pact. Actually, maybe I should have done that. Now that I'm thinking, my knee-jerk reaction was one thing, but actually maybe it would have been sensible to do that. Okay, they did take Castle Baston.
I knew it.
So we raised this for the eagle as well, right? This will put us over.
Allegiance, my lord. The talons of the eagle strike with ferocity like the lightning storms from the wastes.
That's a pretty good piece of armor.
Fear the shadow that looms over them.
What kind of armor are you wearing right now? Oh, that is not very good. Why don't you... Yeah. Switch to this. Oh, actually, his army should definitely have unnatural healing. We're about to do some raiding camp half moves to restore their health. Hell yeah, Purple Sun. Alright, what's going on over here? There's a settlement right here, I know that. Apparently we're totally allowed to just know things without having to learn them. Okay, well there's goblins all over the place, man. Have they really been completely wiped out of this area? This is going to make accomplishing this quest really awkward.
My next quarry.
Alright, he doesn't really need to do half moves. He's all good. So let's move so that we're not quite in range of defenders. Like,
I have no time for this.
no, they can't actually reach us. So it doesn't really matter.
The correct path.
And we'll start raiding. And Lamont can mess with these guys. Wow, Demoralize is actually a very low chance of success. Minus 31% enemy hero success chance from these dudes. Oh, he's still on guard from something. Well, shoot, then we probably won't bother. I'll just stick with him until he's not on guard anymore, I guess. He's going to move over here, so we'll just be over here waiting for him. Okay, it feels like there was something else I was going to do this turn. I don't know what it would be. Oh, I see what these guys are doing. They're coming over here to attack us before we can build up our force. Well, let's do this. So at the end of this turn, we have 4 real units plus 7 units against his 10. Well, his 9. And then there's a couple of characters thrown in the mix. We might be able to hold that. And then next turn, if he doesn't take us this turn, next turn the guard shack will be done and we'll have some more units. Yeah. Alright. It's possible that I started recruiting too close to the front line. That happens. Here in the Bay of Blades, why don't we go ahead and do some upgrades? The Bay of Blades has been attacked a number of times by various forces. We need to just build defensive structures here. So I think we're 4 points of allegiance over tier 1 with the Eagle. So we probably want to do one more burn for the Eagle before we go back to burning stuff for the Hound, just so that we can maintain. Let's get this upgrading.
Despoil and ravage.
Alright, next turn he's going to have a War Mammoth. So right now we have a lot of units, but they're about to be able to put... yeah, they're probably about to be able to put both of these armies on us. I don't know that we're going to get this done in time. We'll see. It'll be a good battle, at least.
My challenge? Undeniable.
Okay, so we got Spawn of Chaos. We finished Fueled by War. Increased ambush and intercept chance is pretty good. Increased weapon strength is pretty good. Missile resistance is always good. We can no longer get fight or die, but we could still come along this red line a little bit. Marauder cavalry we don't really have a lot of. We do have skin wolves now. And we do... now that we have actually have access to mammoth units, maybe it's worth buffing them. Let's pick up World Walker. That's a good general use skill. And then maybe we'll start to do his yellow line instead of the other red line. Unfortunately, Krakadrak is probably... Yeah, we're gonna want to build some siege weapons before we do this. Let's have that be the plan. The dwarf army did not behave the way I expected it to. Try to assassinate this guy. We're not terribly likely to succeed, but we're also not that likely to fail in a way that hurts our guy. Let's generate some XP.
Be slaves.
It's funny that this tiny faction of dwarves has been by far the most dangerous of our enemies. Alright, Castle Carcassonne looks like it's on fire. Aquitaine looks like it's on fire. I guess Bordelot is still up. We should probably go that way and deal with that, huh? Alright, and like I said, we're going to do some half moves.
I'll have a crack.
Get some replenishment going while we're working here. And where is Rungvald? Yeah, you should not be able to mouse over stuff you can't see. I guess maybe it's not telling us the actual information, though. Maybe it's just... it seems to be right. Maybe it's telling us the default state of the settlements. That's what I would do. Oh, hey, look who it is. It's,
For war.
Clan Angrund.
I answer to clan and hold.
I'm surprised they have armies over here. Because Clan Angrund's whole thing, really, is that they have there's a settlement to the east that they're supposed to go take control of that belonged to them long ago, and then they got chased out. And Karakern is under attack by... What is that Visenland or Everland? Or that's one of the Empire's provinces. Is it wartime again? Oh, we're still at war. Yes, peace treaty for now. That's fine. I totally forgot we were at war with those guys. Yeah, so here comes this. Well, they got to us before we got our mammoth. Do I want to play this manually for the purpose of making sure that the losses are as bad for them as possible? We're 42 minutes into the video. Yeah, maybe. The problem is, I think that our units have pretty poor, well, 82 leadership, 63 leadership. Huh, I thought we had worse leadership, generally, than we do. This, yeah, 36 is more like what I was thinking. They have a lot of quarrelers. No, I don't think this is worth my time. Yeah, we're gonna lose. We're gonna lose a lot of money worth of units that we were building up because I did start recruiting too close to the front line. Really, a decisive defeat. But they're not burning, they're not actually raising anything. Fine. They're not actually raising anything, they're just, Oh no, Lamont Henriksen! He's just wounded, though, he's not dead. And Faustus Aldebrand was killed in battle. Okay. I don't like that very much, but whatever.
I challenge them. Opponents of death.
Yeah, 3 more turns, and then I think we should be able to do this.
Destroy.
Then the Krakadrak dwarf armies will have no supply lines, no functional anything, and they will be significantly easier to pick off from there. Man, we are going to have to go all the way to the Badlands to find a goblin settlement, aren't we? Boftar and Izor are still held by... Man. I cannot believe what a bad job the Greenskins have done this game. This is embarrassing.
Time is feeding time. Who's going to
Throg. I guess we should see if they'll give us military access, but I doubt it. Oh, trade.
I can deal with desperate mortals.
Trade and military access, and we'll pay you 3,000 gold. Likelihood of success low. Trade? Okay.
My ice age comes.
You know what? We'll go the other way. Because with him having just taken Aquitaine this turn, I think he'll go get Bordello.
I know where.
I think we will not have to deal with that. And trade is great for us. We love trade. I like to imagine that those you captured their capital texts are basically like cosplay. Look, I'm a Bretonnian. So I'm not going to repair the Doom Keep because they're just going to attack it again. Do we want to start recruiting another army? Not really. So we probably don't want to... The repair cost on this is low enough, and that building being functional is valuable enough that I'll go ahead and risk it. They're probably just going to attack Nullifari Plain again, but if they don't, repairing that building will be worth the risk. So Wulfrik has Lightning Strike. We'll be able to take out probably the strongest of the dwarf armies straight up when they come for us, and then we're going to have to employ some tactics to deal with the other two. But let's look at the last two monster hunts. A great prize awaits the hunter who dares brave the most desolate reaches of the northern tundra. One particular herd of mammoths, known as the Great Maw Herd of Bloodfjord, that is a good name, has earned notoriety throughout the tribes for having the most powerful and unpredictably aggressive beasts in its parade. Slaying them will surely bring great favor. Last of the Great Maw Herd. Oh, you actually... Okay, this is another one that gives you an actual unit. Okay, so this is probably a high priority then. This is pretty good. What kind of item is this? Oh, it's a banner. Give somebody frenzy and deathblow. That seems pretty good. So I think this might be our next one because I like the ones that give us a unit. And over here we have the Abyssal Shrieker, a terrible flying beast of legend shrouded in macabre myth. This knight of the sky, this nightmare of the sky, very different than a knight of the sky, whose shrieks of the damned emanate from the ruinous realm itself, is of the giant undead bat species known as terrorgeists. Little is known about the Abyssal Shrieker, except that many a hunter has fallen trying to fell it. We can get its skull. Huh. Interesting. So it dramatically lowers the ability recharge of the people that use it, but it blinds them? Alright, this is next. The Great Maw Herd of Bloodfjord is next. After we finish this thing with the giant. The monster hunts are super cool, though. This is a really, really neat mechanic. I think they have done a great job in general with these guys. So do we want to pick up dwarf fighting? Construction cost and time down. Income from all buildings plus 50%. Alright. Ravaging the dwarves it is. We'll pick up Ravaging of the the Raising of the Empire next. Oh, actually, we're never going to get this, though. Never mind. Yeah. Because we have to get Karaza Karak, which, if you're not aware, is over here. It is the furthest place from all of our armies. Yeah, let's get the upkeep cost reduction from fighting, from the Empire tech, and then get ready to fight Empire troops. And Rengvald needs to continue his great quest of trying to find an active greenskin settlement. Well, at this point, I'm just going to send him to the Badlands. Yeah, Karak Ankazar, which starts under Goblin control, has been turned. There's a settlement down here that could potentially be Goblin, but given how well Clan Angrand is doing, I expect they'll have it. I didn't expect that it was going to take so many turns for, yeah, go ahead and repair. I didn't expect it was going to take so many turns for Rungvald to do the thing he's doing. We probably should, we probably should actually replace him in Throg's army instead of just leaving it at 19. Let's get this fixed up. I'm not going to bother repairing the Doom Keep yet. Is there a significant benefit to this? Not really. It's a very small amount of extra income. It's also not that expensive to do, I guess. Yeah, sure. So I wonder if it's worth trying to push for Karaza Karak earlier. If we had been making a more concerted effort to move down the east side of the map, like when we had Sigvald's army initially pushing east and we spooked the dwarves and stuff, if we had just really gone hard to the east and then south through all the dwarf lands to get Karaza Karak, I wonder if we'd be in a great place money-wise right now. We'd definitely be able to maintain extra stacks. That might be an interesting way to play these guys. Another thing I like about Norsca a lot is that there seem to be multiple viable strategies. Alright, we'll build one more siege tower. We may have to do this manually. I'm pretty surprised by that. After what happened with Throg at Corona, I was kind of expecting that too. Kind of expecting something similar. Alright, so where's the next Bretonnian settlement? Brion? Oh, they got all the way down the coast. Okay, well, Brion is the kind of place we might keep rather than burning.
I'll get there.
We're gonna need occasional outposts. Oh, actually, my army's in great shape. Never mind. I'm gonna march instead of camping.
No stopping me.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Yes.
Oh, Orion. That's their king, isn't it? He's got all kinds of crazy stuff. I don't really know anything about Wood Elves. The Wood Elf DLC is the only one I don't own. Okay, over here is stuff that could be... dwarves are looking pretty much in control. I wonder if there are any greenskins left. Can we see on the diplomacy thing? I guess I haven't met a greenskin player, so I can't see their status. We could probably look at all of the relative faction strengths of the factions we know and deduce where the greenskins must fall. So if we burned 2 settlements for the Hound, that would put us at 96 Hound favor and 30 Eagle favor, and then burning the last one for the Hound would drop us to 28 Eagle favor and lose our bonus. So we want to do our next burn for the Eagle and then 3 burns for the Hound, and that'll put us at level 1 Eagle and level 3 Hound simultaneously, which I think is pretty good. So the Mountains of Naglfar, things have turned around a little bit for them. The dwarves have pretty much abandoned the plain, though. I'm gonna go ahead and risk this. Yeah, let's go ahead and repair. I'm not going to upgrade the settlement until the dwarves are properly gone, but they've taken a lot of damage raiding our settlements like this, and they really don't have a lot of recourse as far as replenishment goes. They could sit and encamp, but I doubt they'll recover fast enough to prevent me from coming to kill them. And part of the problem is that they're actually losing units. They don't really have a lot of recruitment ability right now, I imagine. Wow, we can probably stop taxing these guys. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade this. We are going to have to max out the guard structure. That's in our favor, but I think, you know what, we'll probably have to fight this battle manually, as much as I do not want to do that. Thunderers, a catapult, 2 units of quarrelers, 2 more units of quarrelers that also have great axes. Yeah, I can see why this is a tough take. Alright, that'll be the beginning of the next episode. So let's finish everything else that we're going to do this turn. Into the Badlands with you. There've got to be some greenskins around here somewhere.
Ice Age comes. That was my idea. Get out.
Can you...
Going.
Ah, it's under siege already. Well, never mind then.
Moving.
Yeah, actually, Throg could maybe go home. Like, how many settlements do the Bretonnians have left? 4. So this one, and 2 more. And I bet those 2 more are down here. I bet they wiped out the Stallions. Let me see if I can figure out where... Here? There's a city somewhere around here. Well, whatever. Well, yeah, we'll come down here. And then we can just sail back up. And we'll take one of these cities down here somewhere and use it as a capital. What was the bonus for Tilia? Minus 20% upkeep for all land units plus 10% research rate. Let's swap our research over to here, because we're actually going to be able to take Miragliano. I'm certain of it. And this is a really good bonus. Plus 2 global recruitment capacity is a little bit less good, considering how slow our global recruitment is, but the rest of these are great. Okay, and I think that is probably it for us. Come back next time. We're finally going to wipe Krokadrak off the map. Let me tell you something. I am sick and tired of these guys. We're going to do that. We're going to invade Tilia. We're going to finish off Bretonnia. It's going to be a bloodbath. And we'll see you then.